The Texans should extend Will Fuller. Now, you guys know I am a big fan of Will Fuller, and yesterday Deshaun Watson in the post-game press conference, he said if Will Fuller would have been traded, there would have been hell. And we already knew that Will Fuller was Deshaun Watson's favorite target. Even when DeAndre Hopkins was here, Will Fuller was still Deshaun Watson's favorite target. Look at the numbers. When Will Fuller was healthy, all those years that D-Hop was here along with Deshaun Watson, Watson's favorite playmaker, his big play target, was always Will Fuller. Go back to his rookie season when Deshaun, before he tore his ACL, him and Will Fuller were putting up crazy numbers. I believe at one point Will Fuller had 13 receptions and 6 touchdowns in those 13 receptions. Those numbers are unheard of. You don't see that, and obviously that was unsustainable. So they have toned it down a bit. But Will Fuller has, I believe it's 6 straight games with a receiving touchdown. And if you look at D-Hop's numbers to Will Fuller's numbers this year, Will Fuller isn't really all that far behind D-Hop. I believe D-Hop has 200 more yards, but he has 30 more receptions, but Will Fuller has twice as many touchdowns as DeAndre Hopkins. So what I'm trying to say is, Will Fuller is a legitimate wide receiver 1. He really is. And with Will Fuller, it's never been an issue with talent. The talent has pretty much always been there. He's gotten better as a receiver every single year. With him, it's been an issue of health. And honestly, so far this year, he stayed healthy. It's a long season. We're barely halfway there. That's crazy. That's actually really crazy to think about. This season feels like it's been going on forever, but we're only halfway done. So Will Fuller still has to stay healthy for another 8 games. But see, the thing is, Will Fuller, if he does stay healthy those 8 games, I think his price on the market is going to be really, really, really high. So I think it would be smart for the Texans to extend Will Fuller right now. And in fact, yesterday, Patrick Storm said that the Texans were working on a Will Fuller extension. So I think those are good signs. Deshaun Watson pretty much confirmed it. He loves Will Fuller. Oh, there would have been hell if Fuller got traded. And then Will Fuller wants to be here too. He said he felt some type of way about being shopped around. But see, the thing is, I don't think Will Fuller was shopped around. I think teams were calling about Will Fuller. I don't think the Texans went knocking on people's doors saying, hey man, you want Will Fuller? I don't think that was the case. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, we don't have cap space. Texans have cap space for days, bro. The cap space is not an issue. Stop saying the Texans have no cap space. You cut David Johnson, $8 million. You could restructure Brandon Cooks' contract, save $4 million. You can cut Zach Fulton, save $4 million. Cut Sunil Kilamedi, save a few more mil right there. Cut Brandon Dunn, $4 million. Trade Whitney Merciless for a bag of Doritos. You'll probably save some money there. Trade J.J. Watt or cut J.J. Watt, $17 million right there. Trade McKinney or cut McKinney, $10 million. The Texans got cap space. They can create cap space. Cap space is not an issue. It is not. Stop saying it is. Cap space can be easily manipulated. Remember earlier this offseason, the Chiefs had $3 in cap space? Well, it was $197 in cap space. Straight up, that's how much cap space they had. With that amount of cap space, they re-signed Mahomes, Chris Jones, and gave Travis Kelce an extension as well. Oh, and they even picked up Le'Veon Bell a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, cap space is easily manipulated. You can mess with the cap space all you want. Cap space is honestly just a myth at this point. You can structure contracts in so many different ways. You could backload a contract, front load a contract, put incentives in the contract. Which, by the way, a Will Fuller contract for me, personally, I don't want to make it a 3. I was thinking a 3-year deal, but I kind of don't want to tie him to like Laramie Tunsil. Because think about it, if Tunsil got a 3-year extension and Will Fuller gets a 3-year extension, then their next contract would be up at the same time. So I'm thinking maybe a 4-year extension for Will Fuller, probably worth a total of $58 million. But wait. I know what you're thinking. What? $58 million? That's a lot. Yes, it's a lot, but the way the contract is structured matters. So Will Fuller would be able to earn up to $58 million. Would be able to. That's the key word. Would be able to, meaning I think his contract should be incentive based. You know, maybe a base salary of like $8.5 million a year. You play X amount of games, you know, you get a little bit more money. You play X amount more games, you get more money. You know, you play all 16, then you get the whole $14.5 million that you were supposed to get that year, you know? So I think his contract should be health incentive based. Because if Will Fuller doesn't meet those incentives, then that means he doesn't get, you know, the full contract, the full amount that he could earn off the contract, meaning that extra money that he didn't earn would just roll over to next year, meaning the Texans would have more cap space. And now I know what you're thinking. Well, Sticky, if Will Fuller is gonna make that much money, or if he can make that much money, what about Randall Cobb and Brandon Cooks? Well, Cobb's making like what, $9.75 million a year in 2 years, or actually in 2 years you can cut him and you don't owe him a single penny. And Brandon Cooks, like, you could straight up cut him right now and save like $14 million. Like, Brandon Cooks has no guaranteed money left on his deal, which is why I am 100% sure that if you tell Brandon Cooks, hey bro, we'll give you a small extension, we'll give you more guaranteed money if you take a pay cut. So, you know, you give Brandon Cooks an extra year or two on his deal, you give him some guaranteed money, you spread the money that he already has on his contract, you spread it out over a longer period of time, meaning he would be getting less money. But he'd have guaranteed money, which at the end of the day, that's all that players really care about, that guaranteed money. And the reason behind that is, like, say, you know, next year, Lord forbid, knock on wood, Brandon Cooks gets hurt, like in training camp or whatever. The Texans can just cut him. They don't owe him a dime. And that would really suck because he would get no money. But if he has guaranteed money, he's guaranteed his money even if he gets hurt. Texans cut him, well, guess what? He still gets money. So, I definitely think Brandon Cooks would take something like that just so you can get guaranteed money. And hey, maybe you can make Brandon Cooks' contract incentive-based as well. You can make Will Fuller's and Brandon Cooks' contract incentive-based. Like, give him a certain amount of guaranteed money. You get, I don't know, like I said, Will Fuller, like maybe $8.5 million a year guaranteed. But you can earn up to this amount of money if you stay healthy. And maybe you could do that with Brandon Cooks too, because I know some of you guys seem to believe that Brandon Cooks is an injury-prone player, even though I disagree. I mean, he's been healthy all year long, and he's like, Will Fuller, and Randall Cobb. I think that's a combination that you absolutely have to keep. Deshaun Watson is playing the best football of his career, and a lot of that has to do with both deep threats, Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks. Like, you guys saw what he did to Jacksonville with them yesterday. You saw what Brandon Cooks did to Jacksonville the week prior to that. You guys have seen how Will Fuller has gone off. Every single week, a different receiver has went off for the Texans. Week 1, it was Will. Week 2, it was Cobb. Week 3, I think it was Will Fuller again. Week 4, I think it was Cobb. Week 5, it was Brandon Cooks. Week 6, I think it was Will Fuller. Like every week, someone different has went off for the Texans, and I think it's important that the Texans keep those 3 receivers intact. Like, if Tim Kelly is making things work with Deshaun Watson and these receivers, imagine what Joe Brady or Eric Bieniemy is going to do with them, you know? So I think it's important to keep all 3 of these receivers around for Deshaun Watson, because at the end of the day, I think continuity is important. And that's something O'Brien never had here. You know, like he was always changing things up. So, you know, next year you go in with pretty much the same offensive line. You know, maybe Max Sharping plug him in instead of Neo Killametti because Killametti's not good. And maybe you get a replacement right guard. But for the most part, besides the running backs, I think your offense should be the same next year with Eric Bieniemy or Joe Brady, whoever you choose to be your head coach. So, I mean, yeah, I think the Texans should extend Will Fuller. And I think they should do it now. Like, right now, Cal, if you're watching, tell Bald Man Easterby to re-sign Will Fuller. Because we need Will Fuller. Deshaun Watson needs Will Fuller. Deshaun Watson wants Will Fuller. And whatever Deshaun wants, Deshaun should get. So re-sign Will Fuller. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys for today. Comment down below. Do you think the Texans should re-sign Will Fuller or not? And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.